Hello lovely students and welcome back to English with Lucy. Today we are covering such an important topic. I am going to teach you how to understand native speakers, especially when they talk fast. As always, there is a free PDF that goes with today's lesson. Today's PDF contains the full transcript so you can check your understanding. We've also highlighted key vocabulary. The pronunciation is written there, and there is a quiz with some comprehension questions. If you'd like to download that, click on the link in the description box. You enter your name and your email address. You sign up to my mailing list, and the PDF will arrive straight in your inbox. After that, you will automatically receive all of my free lesson PDFs along with my news, course updates and offers. Okay, let's get started with the tips. My first and I think most important tip is that you need to understand that you won't understand every single word you hear, especially when you're first starting out. Too many English learners focus on the parts they don't understand rather than the parts they do. This is perfectly understandable, but it's important that you know that you don't need to understand every part of a sentence to figure out its meaning. It is all about one key word: context. Context is the situation in which something happens and that helps you understand it. Let's say you're at a cafe with your friend. You were both given your coffees and your friend asks you, "Can you pass me over some sugar?" What do you think she wants? It's pretty likely that she wants you to give her the sugar. We don't need to understand the other words to figure out the meaning. It's about using context. You were in a cafe, you were just served your coffees. It makes sense that your friend might ask for the sugar. This is an important aspect of understanding native speakers. Think about the context of what you're speaking about. Tip number 2, equally important: find a language partner. Find a language partner. This was the key for me becoming fluent in Spanish. If you really want to take your English listening, speaking, pronunciation, reading, writing, all of it to the next level, then I highly recommend finding a language partner at minimum, or even better, a language tutor. You need at the minimum someone who can help you with conversation. But even better is someone who can correct you, who can guide you in the direction, and who can teach you what you need to be taught. They can help correct grammar and pronunciation mistakes. They can help continue the development of your English skills in a comfortable environment. I have recently become a part of LanguaTalk, which is a fabulous online learning platform that allows you to access experienced, qualified English tutors. You can also use it to learn lots of other languages like Italian, Spanish, French. It's perfect if you want to improve your language skills as fast as physically possible. You can get one-on-one language lessons tailored to your goal and level. They have a really strict selection process on tutors. They only accept around 10% of them, and you can test your chosen tutor out before committing. This ensures that you get the best experience possible. I've been using LanguaTalk to learn Italian, and it has been an incredible experience, and it's what made me want to become a part of the company.
Anche c'è un albergo e fanno le lezioni di cucina, di fiori.
You just get to meet so many talented tutors who are treated fairly. You don't have to be tied into a subscription. You can see all the prices easily, and it's not ridiculously expensive. If you would like to find your perfect one-on-one English tutor, click on the link in the description box. You can then go to their English tutor page, watch all of the introduction videos and choose your perfect fit. As an extra incentive, when you book your first paid lesson on LanguaTalk, forward me the receipt, my email's down there, and I will send you a copy of my phrasal verbs and idioms workbook for free. It's usually $15, so it's a good deal. Let's move on to tip number 3. Learn the contractions. We need to move on to the mechanics of speaking and listening. Practice reading this sentence: she will go to work later. Okay, and what about this one? Now, most native speakers will probably use contractions in these sentences. She'll go to work later. I'm from Canada. It's extremely important to understand how to use contractions because they are so widely used in spoken English. if you aren't using contractions in your speaking, it might be a good time to start because it will help you improve your listening and speaking skills at the same time. Here are some examples of contractions you can start using today. I'm, he's, yours, she's, its, aren't, didn't, can't. To learn more about contractions and how to properly pronounce them, you can watch my video on the topic. I've left a link in the description box. Tip number 4. Learn the weak forms. What is a weak form, you might be asking? Well, when a word is in its weak form, it is unstressed. It has a softer pronunciation. Many words in English typically have both a strong form and a weak form. And when native speakers converse naturally, they use a mix of strong and weak forms in their sentences. This is because English is a stress-timed language, which is a language where the stressed syllables, the strong forms, are said at regular times, and the unstressed syllables, the weak forms, shorten to fit the rhythm of the speech. Let's take a look at a few examples of words in both their strong and weak form. We have at, for, but, was, you, yeah. Non-content words such as auxiliary verbs, pronouns, conjunctions, articles and prepositions are often pronounced in their weak form. This is important because you won't often hear native speakers say, she was waiting for you. You would hear, she was waiting for you, or she was waiting for you. And finally, tip 5, familiarise yourself with connected speech. Native speakers love to squish their words and sentences together and get what they are trying to say out as quickly as possible, but it becomes difficult for English learners to understand them. We are going to look at 4 key points to help you understand connected speech. Firstly, we have catenation. This is the process of joining a consonant sound at the end of a word with a vowel sound at the beginning of the next word. It's also called linking. An apple becomes an apple. What about this sentence? I don't say put on a jumper before you run away. I say put on a jumper before you run away. Instead of stop it, I say stop it. We also have intrusion, which is when an extra sound is added between 2 words to help with the fluidity of the ending vowel sound of one word and the beginning vowel sound of the other. These intrusive sounds are very soft. They're only used to help connect the words in a way that is more comfortable for the speaker. The 3 most common intrusive sounds are ya, wa, and Ya typically comes after words that end in e, a, I, and oi. We ate, we ate. My office, my office. If you end with your mouth in this position, e, we normally add ya. The w sound often comes after words that end with your mouth in a round shape. U, ow, o. Go up, go up. Show it, show it. Blue umbrella, blue umbrella. Try reading this sentence here. I'll give you a few seconds. Did you say this? We will have tea and biscuits today at 4 in the new office. We will have tea and biscuits today at 4 in the new office. It's very, very soft. Next, elision. Elision refers to the omission or leaving out of syllables, sounds or words when speaking, typically the t or d sounds. We do this as a way to speak more quickly and with better flow. Late night, late night. Left before, left before. Did now, did now. The t and d sounds vanish. When a word ends with t or d and is followed by another word beginning with a consonant sound, we typically do not pronounce them. Sat by, sat by. Keep in mind that this is typically only true when a word that ends in t or d is followed by a word that starts with a consonant. We do not drop these sounds if the following word begins with a vowel sound. Baked, another, baked another. We don't drop it. Finally, let's talk about assimilation, which is when 2 sounds combine to make a new sound. When a word ends in t and is followed by a word that begins with y. We often combine these two consonant sounds to form ch. Won't you, won't you. Can't yet, can't yet. We also do something similar with words that end in d. If it's followed by a word beginning with y, we often combine the two sounds to make j. Would you, would you. Did yesterday, did yesterday. Okay, there you have it, your 5 tips for understanding native speakers when they talk fast. Just to mention one more time to try out LanguaTalk and find your perfect one-on-one tutor. The link is in the description box. Don't forget to connect with me on all of my social media. I've got my Instagram, my Facebook, my website, englishwithlucy.com. There I've got a fantastic interactive pronunciation tool where you can click on phonemes and hear me say words that contain those phonemes. It's a lot of fun. You can also check out all of my courses. There are so many. We have my B1 and B2 course where you can learn English from start to finish. They contain grammar, pronunciation, conversation, vocabulary. We also have my challenges where you can focus on something more specific like idioms, phrasal verbs, business English, listening. That's it from me. I will see you soon for another lesson. Mwah!